Peace and greetings. This is the Original Titan channel. Thank you for coming. I ask that you like, share, and subscribe. What we do here is talk about the pole shift and how it affects our world. We talk about the cosmic rays and the ecosystems of what is happening all over the world, all over the planet. We're going to be touching on things as far as conditions in each country, including this one. We'll talk about the government a little bit, not too much, because we all know what's happening. As a matter of fact, it seems like all of the major channels are talking about just government stuff. You know, stocks and bonds and the market, and S&P. All they're letting us know is about the COVID-19. They used to be coronavirus, but now it's COVID-19. That's all we're made to hear. And that's all creating fear. And not to say that it doesn't exist, I wouldn't say anything like that, but I guess it exists to those who think it exists and those who are fearful, you know. So it's very important that you center your mind on your purpose. If you don't know your purpose, now is the time to find out what that is. Why are you here on the planet? Are you here just to go to work? Are you here just to get into a matrix and become a worker, which is really a slave? Are you here to just to make babies and provide for your family and then die? No, that's too minute, and you're too eternal of a being, okay, to think that that's it to your life. And that's why a lot of people are frustrated, a lot of people are angry, and they have rage, you know, that they push to the back burner, all right? And it comes out in other ways besides dealing with it head on. Now here at Mimic, what we do, and I apologize for this ambulance that might come through here, I hear it gearing up now. But at any rate, here at Mimic, Melanated Immortals making evolutionary changes, we deal with ways on how to really work with the inner world, okay? To get you to remember who you are and the fact that you are really a lost time traveler. Okay, now I know religion says that you're lost, your soul is lost. Well, why is that so? Okay, and why would God allow you to come into a planet and all of a sudden you need saving? No, what it is that you came onto this planet to help lift the vibrations of this planet, and then you were indoctrinated into this matrix of slavery, okay, to believe that they had to tell you was lost because you was automatically going to feel lost because you knew, or your soul knows, and everybody else is starting to know now, is that time, universal time, has been robbed from us. Universal time is a time that the whole universe goes on, all right? They're not going by no Gregorian calendar or a watch. You know, that right there is a mental disturbance, which in an event, it affects your spirit, it affects your soul, your mind. It causes you to not be whole, but be in half. So you feel that half of you is missing. Whereas when you learn the universal laws of time and the hollow mind perceiver, which is a biochip, 441 biochip that's on your brain. Okay, if you don't know how to activate it, a lot of you don't even know you have one, but you do. That's your hardwired information and remembrance has over, it's just limitless. All right, you can go anywhere you want at any time. You can project there, and that's what we help you to remember. Okay, I'm steering away from the word teach because you already know it. It's just that it's been so suppressed in your third dimension of subconscious. Okay, that we have techniques to help to loosen up, to massage, to finesse that information so that it can spill over into your conscious so that a light bulb will come on. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. That's how I can do. That's how I can do to avoid this. This is what I will do to, save myself from that, or whatever the case may be. Our classes once again have started. We will begin the next ones coming up Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, Gregorian calendar. If you want to sign up for any of the classes, Hollow Mind Perceiver, the Law of Time, or the Womb Evolution programs, which I recommend all three of them, okay? And we do have payment plans. Then you will go to www.melanatedimmortals.com. and sign up. Or just go look and check it out. You know, if it doesn't appeal to you, then pass the word. We'll keep it in mind because we're not going anywhere. This is our work. Now, I'm here to talk about the pole shift, and there is a lot of things happening on the planet. The cosmic rays are steady coming. The sun is still yet blank. Sunspot number is 0, and that means that we don't have any kind of help to help beat back those rays that's coming from the middle of the galaxy, from deep space. It's coming through the sun, coming into this solar system. Earth is not the only planet being affected by these solar rays, but right now we're concerned about our planet. Okay, no sunspots. That's just not good, because that means that Mother Earth is taking all of that head on, and it's affecting the magnetic belt. It's affecting the shifting of the poles, which is going to happen anyway. And that's a cyclical event, as we have stated in other podcasts. But it's going to make our world, as we know it, okay, difficult, because it's a lot of things happening in the earth right now. Nashville had tornadoes. Wow, it was pretty bad. EF4 and EF3. When you're not used to having it back to, just that devastating, it was a catastrophe, according to the Watchers.news. You can read up on that. I hope that everybody there will come out okay. We don't want anybody to just be out of the place to stay. But those are the kind of conditions that we're really facing in the world right now. So much is going on. We had the UK is going further in the water. They had a series of rainfall that's, and it's just devastating for the UK right now. As far as Brazil and South America, they had a lot of bad and violent flash floods and mudslides. And so now it's, it's not looking good for them. Then in Rio de Janeiro, which is still in South America, they're under a red alert because of heavy rain that triggers deadly floods and landslides. And you're talking when your place of abode is going down the mudslide along with your cars. Where are you gonna go? What are you gonna do? You're gonna turn to whoever you worship. All right. And a lot of times you're wondering, you'll put it on yourself and say, well, what did I do to cause this? No, it's not nothing you're doing. This is a pole shift. This is the pole shift. I mean, who was prepared for it? We're not hearing the governments on any country tell us to prepare for no pole shift. They are busy doing their thing with the treason and the lies and everything else. Now, I don't think they're going to take me off of YouTube because of the fact that I don't have a whole lot of folks watching. But the people who are watching is who's supposed to see this, and I understand that. A lot of times information that's very important has to go under the radar, and it's not about an ego, and it's not about the numbers, okay? Even though all is number, sometimes it just take 1, okay? Or sometimes it just take 10, okay, which is really 1. You don't have to have a whole bunch to get the message out, because those few will get it out. They will begin to get triggered on, it'll be their kick, so to speak, to get them moving onto the next level that we're supposed to be working on. Now, in spite of all of the mudslides and the rain and the flood and the tornadoes and all this, now we're looking at really a lot of eruptions with the volcanoes. Volcanoes been going off all over the place, and they had a really intense lake snow effect in upstate New York. And some of those homes, they show pictures where they're like encased in thick layers of ice. Well, one guy said he had to chisel himself out of the house and then try to chisel himself back in. That's bad. Nobody wants to be under those type of auspices when you really got to get out of the house. Say you don't have no food, or somebody gets sick, or if you got a dog or a pet, they got to get out to go use the bathroom. That means they're going to use it in the house. And what about you? Because of the ice being so thick like that, that might stop the water from running. It's just bad conditions. So are we prepared? We aren't prepared for this pole shift. This is just the beginning of sorrows. what is going to happen, okay, when it gets deeper and deeper and the wind gets rougher and wilder and the snow comes more and more. And we've already told about all of the snowfall that Canada had received. You know, they just was so much snow. In Iceland, it had over 30 feet. I mean, it's a lot going on. You know, we can always say, okay, that's over there, that's over here. But now America is starting to receive some of this, some of these, you know, situations going on. In the meantime, spaceweather.com has an article on their site, not just telling us about no sunspots, but they also have one saying that the Comet Atlas is plunging towards the sun. All right, they felt that that was something significant. They put it in an article. I doubt if it was just a filler article. That's pretty. It's pretty major when you have comets that's on their way to the sun. I like to look at it like this, especially how the Maya and Microbrew Amen puts it in her hollow womb evolution classes. She said like the comet is similar to a sperm. All right, it has a tail just like a sperm, and it's racing. Okay, racing toward where? Toward the sun, just like a sperm races toward the ovum. And if you ever seen a YouTube video or any type of film about the ovum, and when the sperm meets the ovum, that ovum is lit up like a sun. It's light, you know, and all the sperm know where to go, and they help each other. You know, they see the one that's gonna get it, and they're gonna do everything they can to help that one get there. Now, what is the big deal with this article? Okay, it's that they don't know if it's going to really make it. Right now, it's the comet is cold, it's frozen, it's considered a dirty snowball. It just passed by Mars. It's on its way. They said it'll be in the atmosphere of Mercury around May of this particular year. So it's got a couple more months to go. But the thing about it is, so what? So let it go to the sun. All right, let it go. Let it evaporate in its gases. It's, you know, what does that mean? It means impregnation, you know, but not in the physical way as we think. Let's think about it for a minute. What is the metaphysical meaning of what is happening with Comet Atlas? First of all, what is Atlas? Who is Atlas? Atlas was the son of the Titan Lapitos. I think that's how you say Lapitos or Lapitos, one of the two. Lapitos was a son of the original gods, Gaia and Uranus, I believe. Okay, and then he had a brother, Kronos. So Kronos and Lapitos were brothers. Then Lapitos had Atlas. Okay, that's his son. Who is the son of Kronos? Zeus. That makes Zeus and Atlas cousins. Now, when the Titan War came about, now this is all Greek mythology, but let's remember that mythology has some form or measure of truth. You know, in any culture, you will have myths. It's nothing more than oral history being spoken, all right, as time goes on. Some things are written down. Well, this was written down, or nobody would even know about it, okay? But it's the Greek version of what happened with the gods that once walked the earth, okay? Because Gaia is earth in her pristine state, in her spiritual state, okay? And then as the vibratory rate got slowed down, okay? And then the gods begin to fall into the physical realm in these bodies. Now we hear it different ways how it was put from the Egyptians, you know, and then the Asian culture has it differently. They have their gods, but it's basically the same story. So why did Zeus punish Atlas? After, of course, the Olympian gods won, which was Zeus now, he punished Atlas because Atlas didn't take him serious. He was like, that's just my cousin. I don't have to bow down to him. I don't have to do nothing he say. And so Atlas made it Zeus made it where Atlas had to carry the weight of the world. And so you'll see pictures, you know, of Atlas with that world on his shoulder. Now, if we take that synopsis and apply it to this comet, okay, and the comet is Atlas, because that's what they named him, all right, and he has the weight of the world, all the cares of the world on his that he's representing, and he's going to the sun, and we know that the sun is the nourisher. We know that the sun is feminine. Let's just get that out the way too. We all want to say the sun, S-U-N or S-O-N, you know, the light of the world and all this, and you know, all these different cliches and statements, especially in the Bible, that's referring, they say to the Son of God, but it's actually the sun, okay? So now, but the sun is actually feminine because it's a nourisher, okay? It provideth. And if it goeth, so does man goeth, all right? We need the sun. We can't survive without the sun. In our present state, let me put that out there too. In the way that, as it stands now, in the present state, nobody's going to survive without that sun. Okay? So that sounds feminine to me. All right? And the fact that the comet is racing toward her, and the comet is all male. Okay? That comet is frozen. That comet is you know, it's fast. It's moving. It's about movement. It's about getting something done. That's masculine. Okay? That's masculine. And so that would be a proper way to look at it. So how does all of that you know, have to do with us? Not really anything. But just to take what's going on that we say is outside of ourselves, is really on the inside of ourselves. The weight of the world that we may be experiencing on you know, in our world, in our individual worlds, we holding it up, right? But maybe it's time for us to let it go now, to let it go, to unthaw, to let it dissolve, and just to be, instead of being human doings, be human beings. All right, and then not only that, come take some classes that mimic and learn how to become God, all right, by crafting your light body. There is a way how we do that here, so that your light body can then begin to carry your physical body until that becomes lighter and lighter and less dense. Because guess what? The vibrations are picking up now. They're no more slowing it down. It's starting to pick up now. People say, I don't have that much time because your mind is in a wrong time. That's why you never have enough of it. You never have enough money because you say time is money. Okay? You're going to never have enough money and never enough time because time is not money. Time factored by energy is art. And what is art? Art is when the fourth dimensional self, your fourth dimensional self, okay, allows the third dimensional self to experience the fifth dimensional self in this wholeness. You know, Dr. Deborah Blair, I say to that God, always said that Earth is going from kindergarten to college. That's his statement. That's his signature statement when he was lecturing. And he was so correct. Because the vibratory rate is going faster now. You feel it. You feel like you never can get nothing done. You wake up, man, it's already night. What did I do? You know, you feel pressured. You don't know what's going on. You just in the inside, it just feel like, oh, you're nervous. A lot of you are still going to bed with your Wi-Fi on and the phone right there at your head, and that's dealing with your mind too. You want to get away from doing that. Get away from falling asleep around any iPad, cell phone, computer, any of that. Just leave it out of your room. Take the TV out too, because all of this stuff is smart stuff now, and it's there to spy on you. It can actually reprogram your brain because your brain is electromagnetic, okay, and your heart is magnetism. All right, so you don't want anything. You know, you have to treat yourself as a you have to think more of your spirit self, more of your body, your temple. You have to really start guarding it now, because these powers that be, these 1%, they're using 5G to activate germs, to short circuit, all right, your brain, you know. But if you put yourself in the cosmos, on high, think that much more of yourself, and connect with Mother Earth, there's nothing that they can do to harm you. That takes practice. That's not going to happen through wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, just like that. It's just not going to. You have to put in the work. And as you can see now, with the earth being destroyed right before our eyes because of the pole shift, we don't have a lot of time. So, I'm going to expect to hear from you guys, and if you have a comment, please leave that below. If you want to write me, just to talk, you know, to you know, if you have any type of questions, I can be reached at the original Titan at 456@yahoo.com, or you can write me at the Mirror at melanatedimmortals.com. I would love to hear what you have to say. What do you think about this? What are you doing to prepare? You know, because it takes more than just trying to, it's really nowhere to go, you know? If you say prepare, where am I going to go? Good question. There's really no physical place for you to go, or everything is being torn up, you know? From the South America to North America to Canada to the North Pole, Russia, China, all over, especially Australia, my God, you know? And all over in Alaska, the islands, everywhere. It's being, our world is being changed right before our eyes. It's preparing for Gaia once again. And if your energy ain't that high and you're not vibrating higher than you know, you gotta vibrate high or you won't be able to stay on the planet. The elements will take care of that. All right. So get into that light body. Ask me any questions you need to ask, and let us hold each other up. Peace.